Good evening. How's it going? Thierry here. It's been a minute since we've seen each other somewhere on the web, whether it is on my personal profile, here on the business page, on YouTube, maybe on the stories. So I hope you're well. What's been going on for you? Let me know in the chat if you can hear me well, if you can see me well. I'm just going to check at the same time on my side because let me tell you, you always have to check if your tech is working, because by experience, I can assure you that you can have some surprises at times. And believe me when I say that you sure don't want to be talking and recording yet completely being silent. I've done that before, where for about even actually one or two times the entire Facebook Live, which usually they are around on Thursdays anyway, they are around 30 minutes, where we hang out together, where you can ask me all your questions, and we just converse about a topic. I'm giving you some tips, my view on certain aspects of the business when promoting yourself online, how to attract the best qualified leads to your business so that you can monetize your brand much faster, easier, and while having fun along the way also, because that's how I roll. And right now I'm looking there, I'll come to that shortly, why I'm looking right above there. I'm literally having a lot of fun, and next year is going to be tremendously fun. So hopefully you're ready. Hopefully you have, your ducks in a row, as they say, and that you're gonna have fun as well. Because essentially, I think this is also why we're doing what we're doing when business, when we are deciding to build our own thing, is also to get out of the boredom, or maybe the repetitiveness of a job, or someone to you know who's on top of our shoulder all the time and things like that. It might be different for you. You might even love your job. You might even not wanting to leave your job. I know some very successful people that are 6, 7, 8 figures earners, and they still have a job because they absolutely adore what they do. I know a police officer, I know a teacher, who clearly they are not in their jobs for the money. They have very successful businesses on top of that, and yet they are keeping what they do as a job because they love serving. They love serving um, their colleagues, their students, the what do you call it, um, the civilians, the population, and all that. Anyway, so on that note, hope you're well. Let me know where you're tuning in from, what's been going on. As I said, if it's the first time we meet, my name is Thierry from thierryalexander.com, as you can see right down there here. And each and every single week we're meeting here to talk about a topic. Today we're gonna cover how to market yourself and your business to get more sales, because it's that's a big part of running a business. It's to be able to get sales, get sales, clients, sign-ups. If you're in such business, you've got to create profit in some way, shape, or form. Correct? That is the nature of any business that are there to make money. It's to make profit, right? So we've got to know what we're doing, and I can assure you that they are, well, actually most people uh, that are getting online to promote their business, to market themselves, they think, and I was one of them. Very often when I give examples, I tend to say I was one of them, because I was. Because most of the time I do talk about something that I've learned. I've changed the strategy around, and I've seen different results, whether they are positive or negative. That's a whole other conversation. Yet I'm bringing you the results of what most of the time works for me, but also sometimes I compare what doesn't work to the other strategy. Anyway, so most people that go online, they tend to just go and think that because it's online, it's going to be easy. We're going to put a post and it's going to blow away. People are going to see us. They're going to contact us, wanting to get sales from us and get products, services, or join us in our venture. It's not like this. There's definitely more legwork to do on the back end, on the front end as well, for people to buy from you, let alone on autopilot, on what I mean autopilot, on automation, without you being there, without you having to actually do the transaction, being there, taking the money, or making people sign up, or guiding them into the buying process. There's some legwork to do, but it's definitely possible because I got there. I'm here. Not saying that I'm not talking to people, and I'm never taking people through the journey together on a Zoom call, or through some systems where I've got to do things. I'm still hands-on for sure. Yet equally, I've got some sales that are coming to me on autopilot, automatically. All right, because my business is running. In fact, you probably have seen that in my stories or on one of my posts recently. I'm so excited about it because for the second consecutive year, so yes, in a row, I wasn't able to attend, for obvious reasons, my yearly silent meditation retreat, which I usually do over my birthday in April. Luckily, I've managed to set myself for the 10-day course in November, which is next month. And I'm so happy. I've just been confirmed that I was not on the waiting list anymore. It's now confirmed. I'm going to sit, and I'm going to be there from the 17th to the 30th of November. You might think it's more than 10 days yet, because I'm staying over for volunteering on top of the 10 days of silent meditation retreat that I'm doing. Now, having said that, when I'm there, my business is running on automation, right? Which means that I come out of it, and it happened to me not last year because I didn't attend it, but the year before and the year before that I had sales. I had things going on in my business, people interacting while I was meditating, which is pretty awesome when you think about it, because it really is a point when you start realizing that now you actually have a business that is there working for you rather than you working for the business. And even more, in the business. You don't want to work in the business. You want to work on your business, which is a very slight difference. You want to be the one that works in the business most of the time is the technician. And we're kind of all a bit of the technician, the one that is hands-on and doing a little bit of everything, especially when we first start, because we are a one-man or woman show, just, very often. So that is okay, but you want to make sure that you're working on your business, you're strategizing, and you're putting the things into place that are there for you to be able to step back. And should you actually give that business to anyone, that the business could run without being there, without you being there, and also by having whomever understand what they need to do on a day-to-day basis. Okay, when you have reached that, when you have your system in place, when you've got your basically job descriptions written down, and I'm actually going to check if the audio, that wasn't the right one. That probably a better sound now, actually. Anyway, so when you've got to the point of having the descriptions of each and every single jobs that you've got to do into your business, meaning that you're preparing basically the roles of what your business is requiring. Because when we start, we tend to be the one who does the marketing, the one who does the content creation, the one that does the planning, the strategies, the emailing, the blogging, the videoing, the everything, the reaching out to customers, prospecting. All this is usually done by one person when starting, if one doesn't have a budget immediately from the get-go to invest in outsourcing services. Okay. Though what is really good, and I'm going to do that at the beginning of next year, because now for me the year is kind of like done and dusted. I've got December, which is planned. I've got November, which is pretty much done, because from the 17th I'm off for the rest of the month. I've got my entire 2022 planned in terms of my promotions, challenges, masterclasses, what else, like my offers, my webinars, all those things are set. It's literally in front of me here. This is what I was looking at. Okay, so when you've got this, the beauty of that is that you are clear-minded. This is what it creates to me when I'm, usually I plan my year for my goals each and every single year, yet I never planned my promotions, the activity, what I want to promote throughout the year, and the creation of my things, like even my blogs, my blog articles, which by the way, you'll receive the one of this week on Saturday. My blog strategy, usually I do it every 12 weeks. I've got 12 weeks done in one go, so I'm done for all that time. And every 9 to 10 weeks I'm restarting the process, which takes me about 2 to 3 weeks to put together all those 12 weeks. Okay, because I'm chunking it down. I'm chunking the activity of the creation process down, so it's not overwhelming. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna do all the recording, the editing, the writing, the scheduling, all those things in one weekend for 12 weeks. That would be madness. But anyway, so now having everything on a panoramic view, literally on my wall, is making me feel so good, because actually having, usually that's what I was gonna say, like the blogs, I kind of go, I do it as I go, per quarter kind of thing, right? More or less. But now I've planned my whole year, and when I'm going to create them, and when I'm going to promote them, etc., in addition of the challenges, webinars, and all other kind of stuff that I've got ready for you to enjoy and get. And what that created for me immediately is a sense of ease, a sense of being in charge and working on my business, not in the business. Now it's ready. It just needs to be executed. Okay. Also, another thing is that with all the promotions, the various promotions that I've got going on, with like some done for you services that I'm going to start providing you, some the challenges as well, the what else I've got, some do-it-yourself marketing promotions that I can show you if you're someone who likes to be hands-on and want to know what's going on in the back end of your business. Then I've got that ready for you for next year. Plenty of things. But having all this means also that my emails are going to be more congruent. My blogs topics are going to be also more in congruency with the challenges. And, I can look at a glance and be like, okay, I've got this. Now I've got to actually get ready in my emails to talk about that and to prep to get you ready for what's gonna come, basically, rather than doing kind of on the spot, last minute sort of thing. Does that make sense? I mean, I kind of like digressed a little bit here, because I sort of went on to goal setting, but it was a part of what I wanted to share with you, because if you want to get more sales and market yourself and your business to get more sales, you've got to have an action plan, a clear action plan. So I've got some people that would tell me, oh yeah, but I'm very creative, so I'm not someone who likes to plan too much ahead. That I can relate, because as an ex makeup artist myself, and pastry chef, creativity is right up there. Marketing is very creative. In fact, when you're planning ahead, you can be even more creative with your stuff. And this is what I love about that. It's the creation part of the creation aspect of it. And something else that some would tell me is, in terms of planning, like, yeah, but we never know what's going to happen in the near future. Yeah, of course, we never really know. I mean, we do a plan. I'm going to execute it, to the best of my ability. Promotions are different than an actual diary of a day-to-day, weekly diary. This is another thing, right? I haven't planned my entire day-to-day activities that I'm doing through 2022. That would be crazy. That's not possible for nobody to know. But having the big lines of at least the promotions, what you want to, it can make you actually pivot very quickly, right? And we don't know what's going to happen. Yes, just like last year, things, like last minute, my silent meditation retreat didn't happen. Then I had some stuff in business that, I had to pivot. Because I was ready with my goals, I could pivot much more easily than if I was winging it. Yeah. So having this in addition of the daily, weekly planners and goals, it's exciting, right? Like, look, if we even talk about not knowing what's going to happen in the near future, I agree with you. But how come then that people are planning their wedding? And I can tell you a bit about that, because obviously as an ex-makeup artist, I've dealt with a lot of bridals, and my partner is actually singing in weddings. So he deals with, wedding, married couple to be, and then I can tell you that he has requests for 3 years in advance. Just like for bar mitzvah and bat mitzvah, some people are planning even 5 years in advance. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? So is planning your year ahead too much? I don't think so. I think it's pretty good, to actually have that in place. You've got to try it for yourself first. But anyway, again, I'm digressing here. So when you got your plan, you definitely will have more chances to make more sales, period. Because you'll be focused, you'll be on task, you'll be you'll not necessarily on task, because as I said, automation is a big part of my system, but you'll be intentional. You're not just going to be like, oh, okay, well, this month, so now this month, what do I do? What can I promote? It's a waste of time. Like let's be ready for the month already. I'm like, okay, now I need to go in my diary. I'm planning it as it's planned there. And how do I put my day around what I've decided that I was going to promote? Okay. Anyway, I will stop with this on the planning, because I will go on to this much more in the weeks to come, obviously from December, because November is pretty gone, as you've understood. And 1, 2, 3, as you've understood. So the other mistake that people tend to make when they go online is that they believe, and again, I was there. I was one of them. Because I was taught exactly that. I was told and taught exactly that, and to tell other people to do the same and believe the same. And that is that believing everyone is your market, is your ideal customer. And to a certain extent, it is true. And this is why I'm going to say and point and stress the word that is in between we don't necessarily pay attention of when it said potential ideal customer. Potential. Right? So everyone, yes, is potential, because everyone with a heartbeat, potential hair, skin, breathing can spend money in your business and services or join you in your opportunity, right? Up to that point, that makes sense. Are you a fit for everyone? And is everyone a fit for you? No. No. Absolutely not. And you don't want to be. You don't want to be, because that will make you act and interact, engage with people in a way which is not necessarily you. You'll try to please everybody. You'll try to be the one who wants to, be loved and appreciated by everyone. And that's not gonna be the case. You're going to actually go right into a wall if you go with that approach into your business. So the best way, and actually I've shared that with you in the last week, chapter 2 of attraction marketing, in the email, the blog article that I've shared with you. And I know usually the emails are going out on Monday, and this week it hasn't, but you are definitely going to receive the blog on Saturday. There has been a few things I was on planning for you, and yeah, it's been quite a lot. So that is, yeah, you will receive that. And however, I was gonna say, last week I shared with you the blog that is mentioning the build, engage, sales. These are the 3 components, the 3 elements they are the 3 steps that make up the most effective attraction marketing formula together. Okay, build, engage, sales. So you've got to build your audience, but to build your audience, you've got to know who they are. What do they like? Then, yeah, what type of demographic? Maybe the age bracket. What are they buying? What are they into? Are they, maybe genders as well? So build your audience, but know who is your audience. And I'm gonna go a little further every time I say that, because know who is your audience is a little bit like, I don't know. I only know my friends and my family, and they are like this and like that. So I don't know who's my audience. Is it my friends and family? Heck no. Do not go down that route. But your audience is the one you choose to serve. So who is it that you would love to serve with your product, services, and or opportunity? You get to choose, my friend. You are in business. You are the owner, the CEO of your business, and you decide of who is it that you want to include within your organization. And when I say organization, I'm not necessarily talking about network marketing, MLM, and all that stuff. In your business, your own brand, whatever your name is, the business. Okay, essentially. So build your audience, then engage with your audience. But again, engage with your audience, you've got to know where they are. And that is when you do your research, okay, of knowing your audience, of who you want to serve. Then by knowing who you want to serve, you'll figure out where they are actually hanging out so that you can engage with them. I'll give you an easy one, which is Facebook groups. Okay, Facebook groups are great and full of your ideal audience. There's a group for everything. Okay, So engage with them, and then once you are engaging on a regular basis, you're providing value, they're coming to you, they're friending you up, you're in a private messaging and all that, you can sell to your audience. Okay, but you've got to be clear on who it is that you are serving. You've got to be clear on who is it that you're serving, because once you know who you're serving, your message will be much clearer. You can go out there and talk in a way that people are really feeling like you are talking to them personally, like you've known them forever, and they're wondering in their head, like, how the hell do you know? Because you probably came across people who you believe have a massive, biggest potential. They will be the best, fantastic customer or teammate within your business or for your product or your service. You approach them and all that, and then they blank you, they ghost you. Have you ever had that? Drop me an X in the chat if you ever had that. No shame here. I've been there many times, so no worries. You get over that. And eventually, when you are really, being intentional on who you want to serve, which doesn't mean you cannot have anyone that is not, the right description of your ideal avatar customer kind of thing. You will attract other people, but your main reason of going with an avatar of client, a client avatar, is to be intentional of where you are looking for them, what message you're putting out there, so that you can speak to a specific audience. And then the rest that wants to come along, because for one reason or another, they are relating to your message, great. We're not going to say, no, you're not my ideal customer, I'm not going to get you into providing you I'm not gonna provide you my service or products or make you join my team because you're not ticking the boxes of the description of my ideal client's avatar. No, you're going to, of course, have a consultation, talk to them, see if you're a right fit, if they're a right fit for you, if you're a right fit for them. Yet having an ideal audience, knowing who you want to serve, is going to make your life a hell of a lot easier. And that is me telling you this, having struggled with that topic. So also that's a word of caution here, is when you get down in figuring out your audience, and if you don't know how to do that, then just drop the word audience in the chat, and then I'll get back to you. But if you go down the route of implementing this, and I would highly recommend to do that, to figure out who is it that you want to serve, it might at first be a might, okay? It might be a might at first, because we're not necessarily wired that way. We're not programmed in, being so intentional on one thing. And we are kind of asked to be, sorry, my neck was really hurting and I needed to crack it. We're kind of asked to be all over the place very often and pulled in many directions. So your mind naturally is going to be like, whoa, what's going on? What are you trying to make me do? Trying to focus on only one thing, blah, 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 blah. Stick with it. It took me a while, and your audience will also evolve. Mine is evolving all the time because I evolve as a human being, and you will as well. Therefore, your audience will evolve with you. Okay? So, but trust the process, and it will be a heck of a lot more much easier for you. So anyway, that is what I wanted to share with you today. A little bit here and there, but on the whole, it is all about, how to market yourself in your business to get more sales. And as I said, having a clear plan of action, which is one of the main mistakes that people do, of not having one. And then the other one, that believing everyone is their customer and, shooting for everybody rather than being really intentional and knowing where to go, what message to create and all that. I always take that example because as a makeup artist, that's what I was dealing with a lot. my verbiage was completely different when I was talking for the same product, right? A mascara, for example, or an anti-aging product. I would use different verbiage and different analogies and stories with a 20 years old than I would use with a, you know, 70, 60, even 30 years old, right? From 20 to 30, we have a different expectations from products, from beauty products. So this is the reason why having, you know, an audience in mind that you want to serve and crafting a message is going to make your life much easier. And, you know, like all the planning, having your audience sorted, it's going to make you feel a little bit more in control, and you can breathe. And funny enough, that's the my word of the day. If you've been following me for a while, you know, each and every single day I've got a word intuitively that I'm, you know, connecting with after my gratitude journaling and all that. And today was breathe. Let's breathe. Having those things in place, the planning and the audience and your clear message and strategies is allowing you to breathe, you know, much better, feel less so uh, suffocating, you know, you less on like, oh my god, what do I do now, and what do I, you know, less stress. You feel much more at ease with your system. So that's all. Any questions? Let me know if there's anything you'd like to ask in the chat privately. Again, just keep in mind. So I'm just going to check actually. Also, we still have next week. We still have next week for a Thursday Facebook Live. And then after this, I will be in silence. So we won't be seeing each other live, but I might have something for you anyway. So on that note, you have a great end of the week. If you have any questions, let me know. Reach out, whether in the chat or privately. I'll be happy to help on whatever level. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your week. Go smash it. And let me know if you are a goal setter or if you are just tending to wing things out. Your year, your months, your weeks, your days. How do you operate within your business? Okay, on that note, lots of love. This is a wrap. Bye-bye.